Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today's podcast episode number 32. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. It's Motivation Wednesday, and we're up to the letter I. So the letter I stands for independence. So independence is what gets you far in whatever you're choosing to do in regards to your goals. Now, in a nutshell, independence is happiness, if you really think about it. And especially if you're, working toward being an entrepreneur and really kind of living on your own terms and controlling your own destiny. Because in hindsight, when you really start thinking about it, being confined to a desk for a large amount of your life is just something that a lot of us don't want to do, and it's not something that we want to deal with. The only thing with having the independence to do what you want, it obviously requires a lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of dedication to what you're trying to do. So independence will get you far, but it's only because it's something that is inspiring to everyone else. And, people see what you're doing, and then they realize, they can do exactly what you're doing. So, everyone wants to make, a lot of money and live life on their own terms. The reality of it is it takes a lot of years, a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. And, a lot of it is about freedom. And freedom to do what we want every day is mainly a lot of people's goals, A lot of us don't want to be confined to corporate America until we're 70 years old. Are people living longer these days? Yeah, in a lot of ways. But, a lot of factors play into that, your family genetics and, your health and, how you take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. And that plays a role into how long you do live. And everyone's going to have their bumps in the road with, their health and things of that nature. So, you got to keep things in perspective, and you really, got to have, a good vision for how you want to live your life. Now, back into this whole, freedom and doing what we really want to do with ourselves. Now, sometimes we have to take that leap of faith in order to get to where we want to be. And that may entail walking away from a job that you're currently at, or maybe cutting down the amount of hours at your job, or maybe changing your work hours, or changing how many days a week you work, whatever it is. It can consist of leaving certain people behind in your life. It can be so many things. It can be various things that you may need to do in order to achieve some sort of independence in what you're trying to do with yourself. Now, traveling on your own journey is what's important in getting your independence. So it's basically taking the lead of your life and really making sure that you stay motivated and inspired on an everyday basis. Independence is not easy to achieve. I can say that I'm not fully independent yet in regards to living my life from a financial perspective with what I'm doing, which is, my writing and this podcast and a whole lot of other projects that I currently work on. So yes, I do still work in corporate America, but the thing is my work schedule works out to, it being 4 days a week, and allows me to have 3 days off, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And most holidays fall on Mondays, so there's a good 2 to 3 times a year where I'm getting 4 day weekends. So it works out for me from a beneficial standpoint, and financially it works out for me also. So everyone's situations and circumstances are definitely different. So I don't want to sit here and tell you, well, slice off a day in your work week and work 4 days. And honestly, working 4 days requires me to work longer hours, 3 out of those 4 days of the week. So it's taxing on my body, but I do make sure that I have a pretty good diet, and I exercise as much as I can to kind of, keep my body, in a good place, so I'm not getting stiff. So anyway, back to this whole independence thing. Um, Now, a lot of, trying to achieve independence, it's all in timing and, what you want to do in your life. Um, a lot of it is also speaking things into existence. That's crucial. And knowing that, you want to get to a place where you're working your butt off, but you're continually saying that you are going to achieve the financial freedom that you need. And honestly, what gets you far in life is, being passionate and waking up every day with a sense of purpose and doing what you truly love. Society and, school, they train you for corporate America. They train you to really sit behind a desk. You're not learning the first 12 years of your life how to be an entrepreneur or anything like that. They're not teaching you how to be independent. They're not teaching you how taxes work. They're not teaching you how to start your own business. They're not teaching you how to be creative. They're not teaching you to pursue like what you're really passionate about and what you really love. We're all taught how to survive, and we don't want to be people that survive and survive. We want to be people that thrive in whatever we want to do with our lives. So a lot of this is taxing on our minds. Society doesn't, motivate us to be independent. So I'm thankful for, a lot of various entrepreneurs and writers and authors and motivational speakers and things of that nature, because, they're working their butts off all the time, and they're in, higher positions of power. You think of Simon Sinek and Gary Vaynerchuk and Eric Thomas and, Tony Robbins and Les Brown and Lisa and Tom Bilyeu and, Jim Quick and, so many of these people, and Mel Robbins. There's so many people that I just named off the top of my head that really work themselves to get to where they are. And, Les Brown is, I think, one of the major pioneers to getting a lot of people to get to where they want to be. So the independence aspect is what's going to get you far in life. I will always continue to preach that. I want you guys to know that staying motivated and inspired is something that I try to do a lot. Some days I'm not, completely there, but I'm not motivated and inspired 7 days a week. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I am, because that would just be a bold-faced lie. But when it's all said and done, I just want to tell you guys, don't settle into what the world and society wants you to be. Really work on carving your own path and working toward your independence and getting away from the whole structure of being in corporate America. There's room for all of us. There's room for all of us to succeed. Don't ever feel like if you want to be a motivational speaker that there are too many of them, or if you want to be an author, like there are thousands of authors in this world. And I'm one of them, and I'm someone that will definitely be there to help you and get you to where you want to be. So keep in mind, the letter I is independence, and it's something that we should all strive for. We should want to achieve. Not all of us are gonna really get there, but even if you really work towards something and then you realize that that's not your passion, you find something else that you feel like you can really get to where you want to be and allow yourself to be independent of sitting at a desk for 30, 40 years. Do it. Go for it. Take a chance. Life is about taking risks sometimes. And, if you start sooner than later, you're going to thank yourself down the road and say, well, that was a great experience. I achieved greatness in this, or I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve with this, but I did realize that I have another passion based off of something that did not quite work out for me. So everyone's going to have bumps in the road. Everyone's going to fall. It's just a matter of whether you get up and how you react to it and how you continually move forward. You're going to make good investments, bad investments. I've been down that road too. I can't even tabulate how much money I've wasted on trying to get opportunities to get, my writing notice. So, and I still keep going. I still keep chugging away. So if I'm doing it, you can do it. And just keep striving for greatness. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. So with that said, that's my podcast for today. Stay tuned. Friday is Book Insight, obviously. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be good and go and accomplish your goals.